recognized the man in the mirror. Then I laughed and I said, oh silly me, that's just me. Then I proceeded to brush some stranger's teeth, but they were my teeth, and I was weightless, just quivering like some leaf come in the window of a restroom. I couldn't tell you what the hell it was supposed to mean, but it was a Monday, no Tuesday, no Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then Saturday came around and I said, who's this stupid clown blocking the bathroom sink?
Hello, welcome to a very complicated money laundering scheme.
I don't think that's a thing you want to come out and tell people, but okay.
Look, no one can figure it out. Everyone on iPhone is a bunch of dumbass jokers. Doesn't matter.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, you got us there.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the people. We've got New here, as always, pretty much.
I mean, as ever.
Yeah, this is pretty much just me and you talk to one another. There are some people sitting in on it.
We should just rename this podcast Me and Ted Talk for 5 hours, and then the guys kind of put in a retort every now and then.
We've got versus two versus.
Show with special guest star.
Yeah, we've got versus two versus who was here last time. It's last time because last week's podcast didn't record, right?
Yay. I don't feel like I missed anything now.
Yeah. It was actually a pretty good recording, but it got messed up because I need to figure out my setup again. Anyway, we've got someone here for the first time. The one, the only, Jackasses himself, head of the Young Communist Club. We got Gut.
I also go by Lord Alfredo and Ad-Earth, and also Zombie Gut, and around 50 other names that I forgot about, and I just go by all of these. And my Roblox name is Ezio Shadow the Real, if you want to go there.
Have you know that my Xbox One gamer tag is actually burned to metal, also? If you'd like to follow me.
My Xbox 360 gamer tag is Zombie Gut Butter, because I was a Minecraft fan.
Fuck yeah, I went through that phase.
You know, I'm still in that phase, because Minecraft is the only thing that actually matters in real life.
It's not a phase, man. It's a lifestyle.
It's not a phase, Bob.
True.
Can I say I didn't go through that and not be criticized?
No, you can say whatever you want.
Alright.
No! Minecraft's the only thing that matters still. It's not a phase. It's the only thing that matters.
How would you describe Minecraft?
So you know God, like, Jesus, the Messiah, like all that stuff. Honestly, Minecraft, it outcompares all of them. That's the best way.
You know, like, for you talk, Got the way you talk reminds me deeply of a guy on YouTube who just goes by Best Guy Ever, aka Nate.
Yeah, I'm the best guy ever. Not so narcissistic, that is. I'm just...
No, that's like his online handle. You just have a very similar speech pattern to that guy.
Well, yeah, but it's not an online handle for me. I'm actually just the best guy ever.
Alright, there may be some competition there, but...
Yeah, there probably is, but you know, you can wipe them all out.
He made the Best Anime Ever Gurren Lagann video. It's pretty great.
I think I might have seen that. Hold on.
It's the one that's got like the 5-minute first part that just has an AMV of you spinning you around, and then the second one has everything else.
Let me look them up. You guys can talk while I do that.
Anyway, I want to talk about music because I know Gut has some like more musical stuff he's done, and obviously like
oh yeah, like
Gear is
track.
Yeah.
D418, my guy.
And obviously Gear is a composer which is why I really like the guy, because I like people who create things rather than people who just shitpost.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. If you look at me, if you look at Gear as God, then I'm basically Jesus.
Yeah, indeed, of course.
I get you. Then can I be your Holy Ghost? Can I be your third wheel?
Then what am I?
Why not?
Can I be one of your 12 disciples?
Prophet, right? Would that work?
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Or I could be the Satan of this religion. Either
Yeah.
or, I'm
Oh,
fine.
I'm both.
Yeah, I'm going to cast you out of the podcast.
God is just a falling podcaster.
I'm a falling person. Hold on.
Yo. So speaking of music, you know what I've been listening to recently?
What you been listening to?
Undertale soundtrack. No Minecraft. Yeah, no Minecraft.
It's a game I know none of you have played except for Ted, kind of.
What is it? I don't.
I've been recently listening to the soundtracks of Devil May Cry, and especially the vocal ones. And it's a good game, you know.
I think that a lot of the PlayStation era vocal music in like video games is super cringe.
Is it? I mean, some is good.
It's good, but it's cringe when you actually like think about it for a second.
Also,
That includes Snake Eater, by the way.
what?
That includes Snake Eater in that analysis, by the way.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What about Escape from the City? Would that count?
Wouldn't that count as GameCube, though?
But it was on PS2, wasn't it?
Oh, it was?
Yeah, most of the Sonic games were ported. Or they were.
Shows what I know.
I'm that one guy who thinks that a little bit of Crush 40 stuff is okay.
What's that?
Crush 40 is the guy who made a lot of the vocal Sonic soundtracks.
Oh,
Some good stuff.
I don't dislike it.
live and learn.
That one I hate a lot. It's really boring to me.
Oh wow, really?
I know I like some of them. I'd have to look at the names though, because you know.
I mean, I'm one of the few people I think that enjoyed Sonic and the Black Knight, so...
I love that. I fucking loved it.
The music in that game was great.
It fucking was. It was fucking awesome.
I'm gonna sound like a dick for saying this, but I never actually owned like a Wii, and I never played any Wii games. Like
You
go on.
Wii was like the first real console I owned.
Yeah, like I haven't played any of the Mario Galaxy games. I haven't really played any of like the actual like good Wii games that they call. I played Wii Sports Resort at my friend's house. I basically just sat on his Wii and I played the
Sword fighting it.
No,
You sat on his Wii?
I played like both the sword fighting and the plain one. I love those.
Yeah, Wii Sports Resort was actually pretty like it was a good little time waster.
Except for me, it wasn't a time waster. It was again like Minecraft, the lifestyle.
I enjoyed doing the sword play on that one, and then just where nobody knew how block worked, and they just come at you flailing, and you just block their hit, and just kind of...
Well, I mean, like the sword flailing had like a bunch of levels that you could progress through. And that's what I did.
Yeah, I like that too.
That was also really good.
Anyway, what I've been listening to recently is, well, you name it, honestly. I've been listening to, like, let me check what my most recently played. What?
The Minecraft soundtrack?
Featuring Steve from the Minecraft Make Cry series.
There was one song off the Minecraft Xbox soundtrack that was only on the Minecraft Xbox soundtrack that I loved. Like, legitimately loved.
Was it my Xbox exclusive?
I think so, but I can't remember what it was.
It might be on PC by now because Microsoft's been like making like all the things that were exclusive to Xbox on PC as well, and like the Pocket version on PC. So like they're sort of like all in one thing.
In fact, I don't think they're making another Xbox. From what I heard, at least.
Well, I'm looking at my Spotify, and like what I've been listening to is more of the same. There's like Mars Volta, Nightwish, Coheed Cambria. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
Except for like, I listened to that new Eminem Beyonce collab. Honestly, I was pretty disappointed.
And Peach Blumph.
I don't actually listen to real music. I only listen to Stevie Wonder rips and things that either me and Gear upload. Pretty much just that.
Yeah, New listens to a lot of Stevie Wonder. I said that I can't listen to instrumental music for the most part. I get really easily bored with it.
Yeah.
Sounds exactly the opposite. I can only listen to instrumental music for the
Yeah,
moment.
I meet people like that, and I'm just like, die.
Well, I think it's just this thing of like one listens to music as like background noise, and one listens to music as like entertainment.
I mean, I can listen to it as I can listen to it as I can listen to lyrical stuff as background noise too. I listen to like these audio dramas as background noise, and I can still keep up with them. I just knocked my mic down because it still works.
It still works.
Speaking of audio dramas, I've been listening to a ton of those recently because one of the few things I can still access on my phone at the moment. So I've just been knocking those out.
Yeah.
They're all like these kind of conspiracy thrillers. The things I think that like Doremi would like a lot, actually.
Doremi, huh?
Doremi, aka the guy I was in a blood feud with for a little bit, but not anymore.
Yeah, like what happened between you and Doremi?
Okay, I have no fucking clue what happened. Like he kept doing the like block me, unblock me, to unsubscribe me thing, and he did it like in the middle of my hiatus. I didn't know it happened, and I kept like trying to get back like onto the guy's case, and I can be a very bitter person and very stubborn. So I just kept doing it, and eventually like I was just like whatever, and he was like whatever, and that just kind of ended.
Oh yeah, do you know who the Utsuho account is and like why they blocked both me and Gear?
Utsuho I know is a friend of Sax. I know that.
Yeah.
I know he's a friend of Sax. I know that he's actually in Koishi's chat. He goes by Greg there.
Oh.
And he barely ever talks. And he never mentioned you.
Yeah. They blocked both me and Gear before I even knew who Sax was, and before either of us knew.
Well, Sax is just kind of a terrible person in general.
Yeah.
I don't know who these people are.
Sax is just infamous. He's a vaguely Toho-themed account who pretty famously just likes to start shit.
Oh, that kind of guy?
Yeah, and Utsuho is a friend of his. The guy who has that account name.
Has there ever been a new account before me? Like, there had to have been at least like one.
Yeah, there was a guy called Some New Fanboy who would come around every now and again.
Oh yeah, he subscribed to me. He kind of disappeared though.
And then there was another guy called Hey an Alien who was around for a bit.
I think me and you are pretty much the only like actual new accounts, except I haven't been like a new account for like a pretty long time.
Yeah, there was a guy. Yeah, I just remember there was a guy called Hey an Alien who I used to talk to a fair bit, who was around for like 2 weeks and then disappeared.
Wait, did anyone play Xbox Live back in like 2012 to 14?
Yes, I did. I just played Halo Reach.
Did you play like online?
Yeah, just Halo Reach multiplayer.
Yeah, well, what would happen was that like I would amass like this friends list. I would play with them for like a month and then never talk to them ever again.
Oh.
Like they don't unfriend me. They're still on my friends list. They just like.
That's how my BattleNet. That's how my BattleNet friends list is.
I'm a complete.
Yeah, like. You kind of just forget about them, and then next thing you know, they're offline for like 3 years.
Now these people are still online. I still see them, but I don't care anymore.
So I may or may not have been like a pretty big like thing in the Destiny community, and I had like a really nasty habit that I actually sort of enjoyed doing though, which makes me a bad person. I would sort of like add a whole bunch of people. I'd help them with raids. I'd actually join their raid group and stuff. Then after a while, I'd just start like messing up in the raids and just start ruining everything for them. And
oh my god, man! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun. Yeah, that sounds like something that happened in WoW. There's a particularly popular WoW streamer hosts a thing called Drama Time, where he asks people to send in stories of their weirder game experiences, and that's something that you would like hear on that.
Yeah. But this one like, I want to say he was 5 or 6. I don't know, but like he was like really young, right? He might have been 7. I don't know. Well, anyways, he was like Master Chief something. I don't know. But we just called him Master.
That's a little kid.
As a joke, but pretty much we basically what happens was, like, I actually became, like, extremely good friends with him. But then, like, one day I just started, like, not talking to him, and, like, I think I made him really worried because I just, like, I joined the chat thing, and, like, I just made gargling noises while he tried to talk to me.
That's
Jesus.
fucking, like, weird. That's weird, like, catfishing. Not that's not the word, but it's like a similar like structured scheme.
I just, like, give them trauma for the rest of their life thinking that their friend, like, somehow died.
Like, I know one instance where like there's a guy called Rebel Pixel who someone pledged $1,000 to his Patreon and kept this up for a year and eventually pretended to be his friend, and then one day during a depression episode just tried to goad him into suicide. It's fucked up.
Damn. Did he do it?
No, he's still around. I mean,
That's not good.
yeah.
Does he still support him?
No, I mean the guy's gone, obviously, because he just ditched him. But yeah, it's something that can happen. Rebel Pixel is a member of Procrastinators podcast, so he told the story on. It was either Comment Rules or I don't think he was on the Worthless Friends episode, but it would have been there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of, I'm trying to force Gear to play a One Shot. Have you guys played One Shot?
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
It's literally like, other than like Doki Doki, it's one of the few games I think you should go in without any context.
Oh, is it another? It's one of those games.
No, it's not really. It's not.
You know, God, if you want people to go into Doki Doki without any context, you have been massively failing.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't care anymore though.
You repub every Doki Doki post you see in sight.
No, I only repub the new ones. If I've seen it already, then I don't repub it. I'm trying to make sure that I'm the god of Doki. Doki
God.
Eh.
I don't know if that's a very high bar to be shooting for, but
No, it's a pretty high bar, considering that it's like fairly popular on Steam right now still. But right when I was about to talk about it again, Gear just started One Shot. So basically, what it is, you play as like a small cat child that has to carry around a light bulb, and your main goal is to replace the world's current sun with that light bulb because the old light bulb's gone and the world's ending and stuff, and you're like the only person that can save it. But
Okay, yeah, that sounds like what Yahtzee described as like a small character in a big scary world game.
yeah. But it's like the closest thing I can compare it to is Undertale, except it doesn't have a lot of the elements.
Stands.
It's like, it seems to be like a little bit more, I would say, higher quality, I guess.
I mean, I can kind of imagine the game and this pitch, and I can imagine the twist too. Like I can imagine several.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of an unexpected twist, I guess. It's like not the most expected, but it's like $10, and I'd say it's worth around like 15 or 20. The original version, which is like pretty short, it's like a RPG Maker 2003 game. It's like,
Oh god.
yeah, no, it wasn't made in 2003. It was just run on that engine. But it was made in 2014 originally. But from what I can gather, because my computer keeps on deleting it because of the really bad antivirus, Norton, which thankfully is gone today. It's my expiration date today for it. But basically, it would just keep on deleting it, so I couldn't play it.
Norton tried to delete a bunch of Toho fan games off my computer.
Yeah, they tried to delete Skydrift off my computer. They tried to delete the official ones too. Like, I have every game downloaded, and it tried to delete like half of them.
Yeah, the Toho games, it does do that. Yeah.
I want to download every Toho game, but like my computer can't handle it because it's like a school. It's a computer I bought from the school.
Oh, well, my what is it? My really bad laptop from 2006 can run it. Like they can run half the game.
Yeah, Toho is not a demanding game at all.
Thank God.
No.
The one where you play as Seija, like Impossible Spell Card, that one doesn't really run on my laptop though. It lags.
And I haven't even tried to I know that the double dealing character has a problem where the engine slows down to a crawl, so I need to re-download it.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite. It's like the opposite problem of that one thing you have to manually patch in the ones before 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the reverse of that.
Yeah.
I tried downloading Toho 6, and the frame rate goes to like 9,000.
Oh my god, yeah, you need to like install something for that. I can't remember the name, but like if you just look it up, you'll find this little thing that you just drop in there and it works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a patch for it. I actually didn't know that, and for like the entire time I was playing, trying to beat Flandre, like no hit, I pretty much just kept on I just kept it.
How would you even do that? You can't. Game? I don't think you can get. I don't think you can get through stage 1 when it's fucked up like that.
No, I was just in no, like not
Oh, did you have like the one where it unlocks everything?
Yeah, I had it in Windows.
Oh.
Oh well, yeah. I can't play Toho games in Windows. My first. I'm not great at Toho. Like.
I've done every extra stage except for Okina's, and I think I might have done Hypnosis. I don't know. I don't remember doing it, but like
I've never reached an extra stage. I'm not good at it at all.
I had to download one of those not ROM hacks. It's like extra files you can download with the game that unlocks everything already.
Yeah. That's how I got the.
I tried fighting New, and I couldn't even reach her.
Oh yeah. It took.
Yeah, you couldn't get the Kogasa and all that.
Yeah, with her stupid umbrella.
It took me a little.
And her giant lasers.
I find it impossible to beat stage 2 Kogasa without bombing her last spell card, because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble reaching you for like the first time, but after a while I just sort of decided to turn off my brain and just play, and like that's pretty much how I've learned to play it, because like New was like the first one I tried.
Honestly, I don't even get frustrated at Toho. I find it very meditative, but I still can't beat it.
Yeah, same. Except I can beat it.
Imagine like a Toho game, but it's made by like Platinum Games.
Yeah,
Oh dear God.
that would actually be good.
Toho needs its minimalism to work. I know that, like...
Yeah, I know what you mean, like...
It needs its particular aesthetic, or it's gonna look very silly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What, you think Toho wasn't silly in the first place?
Well, like, silly in a way that doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
What is it, though?
They're winning this cyber assault on the United States.
I don't remember which one. Which one has Miko as the final boss?
That's 10 Desires.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, 10 Desires. I've beat 10 Desires in Lunatic, and that's like one of the only ones.
10 Desires is easy. 10 Desires is pretty easy,
Yeah,
comparatively.
That's why I beat it in Lunatic.
You know what's really hard? 12. Or
UFO was fucking
Unidentified.
hard.
yeah,
Wait, really? I didn't actually.
it's a Dark Souls of Toho.
12 was like one of the first places I got actually started, and like the only one I have was when was like,
No, I think 12 has one of my favorite. 12 has easily like one of my favorite soundtracks, and that's why I never get pissed playing through it, because I'm just like.
DDC and 12 are my favorite soundtracks.
DDC is my favorite because it has so many guitars, actively used electric guitars.
Yeah, that's why I like DDC. Also, songs like Reverse Ideology and the Princess song.
So,
Reverse pure ideology. Anyway. Yeah, I like I'd probably label Dullahan as one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite lyrical live track too.
Yeah. What was it? I was like the first viewer on the Nuclear Fusion one. Even though that's like one of the ones I don't really like that much, but I was still like the first viewer.
I like her Dullahan cover because she's just singing her fucking lungs out.
Yeah, like the also she's doing like more comedic stuff with it, like the
The puns.
Yeah, but they all land with like a gut punch because she delivers them perfectly.
Yeah, basically.
But for her Halloween one, like the werewolf one,
I haven't seen that one.
yeah, she pretty much just brought her back.
Well, I mean,
Like Kagero never actually is like really in it. Like, it's like the Maiden's Caprica, like how it's mostly Marissa singing and then Reimu's just sort of in the background like making.
Oh yeah.
It's literally just a dual Han character singing, and then Kagero just gets pissed off at her. It's really good.
there was one little thing that like I remembered in that song that was like a super like thing, and it was that line that like it was after the line that like, oh, you've missed them all. There's only one left. There was only one pun after that, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so because we're on the topic of Toho now, am I allowed to slightly derail the conversation?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I mean, we've been derailing all over the fucking place.
Alright, what is your guys' opinions on MOBAs? Because I have something to show.
I like Heroes.
MOBAs are... Here's the thing. It's not that they're bad, it's just that the developers are bad at balancing.
Yeah.
I like
Like, look
Heroes.
at any MOBA, people are always complaining about, oh, nerf this character or buff this character. Like, people are always complaining about that.
I like Heroes of the Storm a lot. I've always liked Heroes of the Storm a lot. I got all my friends into it. It is.
Yeah, I played Smite, like, for like a really
I don't like Smite.
I only like it when I'm playing as Scylla or Yingwei.
Scylla's stupid. Anyway.
Would you count Siege as a
There's a MOBA
MOBA?
that has Toho characters in it, but
Oh
not
my
just
God.
Toho characters. Characters from practically every IP. For let me pull up the wiki. Let me see. Let me read off some characters.
I didn't see it.
So it feature Dante from the Devil May Cry series?
It does not, but I will tell you it has Wally.
Does it have Sans from Minecraft?
It's called 300 Heroes.
I know that there's a I know that there's a Star Wars MOBA that exists and it has Darth Nihilus in it.
And then just scroll through. Just to give some examples, Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!,
How the fuck does
Lelouch,
that work?
Ezra Scarlet, I see Sephiroth, Jotaro Kujo, Sephiroth, Kiryu...
Okay, why? Okay, it's all anime. It's all anime shit.
Yeah, and this is a legit...
And also Wally.
It is the most unbalanced piece of shit I have ever played, but
Yeah, I mean, because it's made by some guy who thought he was the coolest motherfucker because he could make it.
If Nico's in this, I'm going to kill myself.
And
Nico.
not just that, there are items in there that are from other IPs. One of my favorite lines to use to describe this game, is Wally and his teammate Naruto killed Goku. He then went to go take a Pidgey camp and grouped up with his allies Sephiroth and Kirito to kill the Blue Eyes White Dragon before retreating to base to buy Frostmourne and the Death Note.
Yes.
That is this game.
Yes.
I get it.
Oh, you ever see that, like, Hunger Games thing where you can insert your own characters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Yuka did one, and I know Yuka did a few actually. He seems to really enjoy doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Speaking of Yuka, I haven't seen her in a while.
He pops into the Koishi's group chat every now and again, but other than that, he's pretty dormant.
Why is
I think Koishi would let me in her chat.
Why is Umaru in this game? I don't want that.
Because Koishi's pretty selective about who she lets in her chat. Like, she's had problems with people coming in and fucking up the place before.
Oh yeah, that's understandable.
And she like has things that she hates people starting conversations about. She really hates like people talking about the Fate series extensively because she thinks it like is one of the biggest derailers.
I've never bothered with Fate. Here's the thing. If I and like look at an anime on Crunchyroll and see that the first episode is over like 20 minutes, if it's over 30 minutes, I'm just not gonna watch that.
There's a certain look to anime that I just won't watch, and that's probably like Digibro's fault mainly. But I won't watch anything that looks like Sword Art Online or that looks like Irregular Magic High School. I won't watch anything with that aesthetic.
Yeah.
I don't like fantasy animes in general, though.
I mean, I watched Little Witch Academia and I fucking loved it. So.
Well, it's more of like how they handle the world. Like, if you're watching this fantasy anime and this guy pulls out this Deus Ex Machina that saves the entire day, like you're not gonna care.
I just don't want to see an energy sword ever.
You love Sword Online Season 2.
I'm not gonna watch Sword Art Online 2. I don't want to see an energy blade in anime ever again in my life.
So there's this
Why?
anime called
Because they're all
Well, what about Gundam?
Gundam's like it has its like classic status. It's different. I see it in a different light. But like, I just hate the whole like generic looking high school ish type guy with an glowing energy blade.
Testosterone. You know what we should get?
Huh.
Scientific Railgun Season 3. You know. Y'all still have ever watched Railgun?
I haven't.
Oh.
No.
Okay, no one's watched Railgun. Okay, I'll just die then.
Oh, okay. Guess I'll die.
Yeah. I've watched a little bit of anime. I renewed my Hulu and all that just so I can get back to like just watching TV nonstop since I can't really use Discord as much anymore.
Wait, so this 300 Heroes thing, is it only available in China?
If you want to get an account, they kind of region lock it, but there's a way to bypass it. I mean, I was playing that earlier today.
Speaking of region locking, I have been struggling for months to try and be able to play Sengoku Gensokyo because I don't know how to work the software.
You need to run it through App Local. That will solve your problem.
Yeah, I know, but like I thought that like they like got rid of App Local on the fucking new stuff, so I need to get like this weird third party thing. They need to run through a bunch of other programs.
I enjoy Sengoku Gensokyo. Anyway, yeah, when you're making an account, you need to put in some like weird Chinese address. You can usually find some fake ones. Just put in that will bypass the system and enjoy.
Yeah. Is the ping really bad?
I'd imagine. Oh,
no,
really?
it's not too bad.
I mean, just because they make you use Chinese stuff doesn't mean that's where it's hosted from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, if you want, I could bring us all together and we just have a fun time.
We'll do that on like a proper Twitch stream sometime. But
I will warn you though, there's some bullshit. There are 5 characters in this game that are event exclusive. You want to take a guess at which characters those are?
Black Jesus.
The really popular ones?
No, the 5 characters that are event locked are the Toho characters, and that pissed me off to no end.
fucking kill yourself.
Why?
Please, please.
No idea.
That's stupid.
Oh, and the other 3 are like their actual unique characters, but who gives a shit about them?
Yeah, no.
Wait, so is it just Reimu and Marissa, or?
I saw you, Ari.
I saw Ramona
5
too.
characters are Ramelia, Yomu, Sakuya, Reimu, and Yukari. And
Okay,
Sakuya has a Dio skin, because why not?
Yeah!
Fucking
And Jotaro's in this game, so you can have Dio versus Jotaro in a MOBA.
Anyway,
One of them's carrying Frostmourne, because why not?
Anyway, I just want to talk about. I'm going to derail the conversation again, even though it's not music related, it is audio related. About these audio dramas I'm getting into because they're pretty much my fucking favorite thing in the world and my new obsession. So, I just want to say that you should listen to the Black Tapes, you should listen to Tannis, you should listen to Rabbits. They're all really great. And they're about, like, conspiracy shit. And it's really cool. It's got lots of clue finding. It's all good. Anyway.
Also, I played it because, There are.
You also
3
played Nier Automata?
there.
Oh god.
I haven't played Nier Automata, nor have I actually played Nier, though I wanted to. I wanted to play Nier Original for a little bit.
I'm gonna get Nier Automata around Christmas time, I think.
I'm gonna get a bunch of figurines around Christmas time, along with the Serial Experiments Lane Blu-ray.
Yo, hey Ted, you know how you wanted people to stay away from your room?
Yeah.
Putting a bunch of. You should have just bought an anime body pillow.
No, my parents would not let that fly. We don't all have
Oh, really?
Yeah, because your dad.
My parents don't give a crap.
He'd probably want you to like share it, you know.
Oh.
Hold on 1 sec.
Not everyone has like parents with weird priorities like you do.
Hey, my parents aren't like weird. I'm just saying.
No, I mean like I don't think they're weird. I mean like, but they let you have a body pillow. But I've heard you get yelled at for saying the Lord's name in vain. It's just a weird priority distribution.
Okay, if you say the Lord's name in vain, I'm gonna eat your ass.
Oh my. Yes, I'm actually Christian, by the way.
Yeah, I know you're Christian. I didn't have any problem saying my God when I was Christian. I have a lot of theories about God. I guess you could say I'm kind of a weirdo. I'm kind of a New Age weirdo in some ways, but that's not important.
Does God exist?
Yeah, see, my theory is that Gear's God, and that's it.
Okay.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Hold on, if you...
As someone who plays a lot of RPGs, I can confirm RNGesus is real.
Yeah.
yeah.
RNGesus gave me some legendary gloves in WoW recently, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's spicy.
On the topic of WoW, Illidan's in this game, and his name is Anti-Mage, because why the fuck not?
Yes.
And Arthas is in this game, but he's Death Knight, but that's nowhere near as funny as Anti-Mage.
Yeah, well, these gloves were pretty spicy because they were for fire mages, and it works that every time I cast Phoenix Flames, the cooldown of combustion goes down, so they were very spicy.
Yeah, I've never actually played, like, really any, I have never actually gotten into, like, the, huge online games, like,
My grandpa showed me World of Warcraft when I was really young, and I'd never seen anything like it, so I just kind of... He let me play as, like, high-level character in low-level areas where nothing could actually hurt me, and I got hooked. From that. I got hooked from that and started, like... my dad eventually got into Cat, which I played on a little bit better, and then eventually, a few years ago, I got my own, and I've been playing it pretty much non-stop ever since. It's ruined my life.
See, I don't play MMOs. I was talking more like tabletop RPGs.
I think the last MMO I played was like Toontown Online.
I played a little bit of tabletop RPG stuff. I played Twilight Imperium occasionally. Twilight Imperium is one of those sci-fi strategy, like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Speaking of strategy games, you know what game I've never been able to complete?
Yeah.
XCOM.
You're just not good.
I've never played
Bottom line. Play
Yeah,
XCOM.
like,
XCOM's good.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying, like, I've gone on easy and try-harded like hell, and I still have not been able to complete it.
That's made for...
How?
I guess I'm just stupid. I mean, that's...
I'm actually terrible at strategy games. I'm really, really terrible. I don't know how I ever beat StarCraft 2's campaigns on normal once. I went back and I couldn't.
Oh.
I don't understand how you're failing at Recruit. I genuinely don't.
An XCOM?
Yeah, an XCOM.
I'm just bad.
Obviously!
Yeah, but like... I guess it's just that, I don't know how to describe it. Oh, wait, one strategy, or one problem I end up doing every Let's Play of the game is that, what I'll do is I'll get, like, 6 soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, 2 hours later they'll be Colonel. But like, some of them will get 5 of them will get injured in one mission, and then I'm already further in the game.
You have only rookies.
Yeah, basically.
See, that's your inherent problem. That's like playing Pokemon and only using one character over and over. So you have one that's like level 73, but everyone else is like level 15. You just don't play it like that.
Okay, yeah,
I play Pokemon. Go on.
I get what he's saying. Like, I understand how that can be a problem. For me, I just, like, I can't micro whatsoever, so I just end up macroing everything, and that...
You need me to tutor you or something.
Yeah, probably.
Like, in strategy games, I can't be, like, micromanaging all these different tiny groups of units. I just take all of them everywhere, and that ruins me.
Yeah, especially like multitasking, like... Oh, the reboot. I have not played the old ones.
Yeah, if you're failing at the reboots, you're definitely gonna fail at the old ones.
Oh, definitely. I've heard those ones are like hell incarnate.
I'm okay at Civ.
Oh, like, couldn't you get like the XCOM squad and Civ?
Yeah, you could. Civ 5. It was the most upgraded version of what were they? I'm trying to think of what they were in the ancient era. I know the upgrade from paratroopers to XCOM squad, but I can't remember what they were before that.
Because you're Axis. I wish more games did that.
What did you guys think of XCOM 2? Oh, God.
XCOM 2 is amazing.
I don't know. I've seen Yahtzee.
It's a bit buggy from time to time, but when it runs, it runs. I will mod that game to hell and back.
I mod everything I can mod to hell. I mod everything I can mod to hell and back to hell and back.
Okay.
I wonder if it's possible to mod a game to the point where you're just making another game.
Yes, it is, but that usually only involves 2 mods. Or 3, maybe.
So, like, just... Like, imagine XCOM, but if all your soldiers were stormtroopers instead.
Alright.
So, your hit chances go down to 15 permanently?
Aliens, and it's great.
No, you don't... Okay, the thing about the Stormtroopers always miss thing, and this is just something that Yue brought up real quick that I need to bring up. They totally explained that in Rogue One, because the guy who, like, channeled the Force or whatever couldn't get hit. So, obviously, all the important characters aren't getting hit because of that.
Yeah.
Oh. But how did they miss Han when he was, like, surrounded by, like, 15... Like, when he encountered, like, 15 stormtroopers in episode 4.
The universe had a stake in him. I don't know. No one knows. Like, it's really vaguely explained how the Force actually works, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, but no. Your XCOM soldiers will always miss, because your gun can literally be in the alien's mouth, and you have a 65% chance to hit.
Yeah, that's something I've heard about a lot, where, like, since it's all percentage stuff, you can always still miss, and eventually, like, if that happens, everything's screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. You can miss 98% chance shots, and it is bullshit.
And then once that miss happens, everything else falls apart immediately.
But in that same aspect, I have like a few soldiers who, for no explicable reason, will consistently land 15% chance shots. No explicable
is there like a secret luck stat in XCOM we don't know about?
Probably.
Oh my god! Speaking of secret stats, I was watching a video about Sword Art Online 2 where it showed the game's various stats, and there was one just it doesn't make sense whatsoever what it actually is.
Well, what is it?
So apparently Gun Gale Online has a stat called Sensibility, and it's not all explained what it does.
Oh god. Well, what does it do?
Nothing. We don't know. Like, there's nothing on the wiki about it. It's just called Sensibility.
Okay, if it's not on the wiki, then it's useless.
It's got like a red link on the wiki.
A red link?
Like a link that like it's like something that's like, oh, there should be a link here, but there's not, like on a wiki.
Oh.
Nobody knows what it does.
Yeah, most of GGO stats are like that. There's 3 that like we have an idea what they do, but 2 of them would be completely useless in practice. And then there's luck, which is a filler stat, and then sensibility, which is
Are GGO and SAO even good games? Like,
no,
people would actually
they'd be fucking terrible games. They'd be really fucking terrible games.
If I played SAO for 3 years, $4 billion, would you do it?
Probably. I mean, it's a fucking I mean, like, I could just throw on something else in the background and play the damn thing.
No, as in, like in the how it is in the show where you're stuck in there for 3 years.
I don't know about that. It seems really like boring and like there's a lot of really like shit mechanics, like
Basically, the thing that I would probably actually do it if I got a lot of money, because SAO, I'd basically just be able to sit there for 3 years and do nothing and have no consequences, because I'd be able to say, yeah, after I get out, I'm going to have a whole bunch of money.
Well, I mean, like, that sounds maddening. How'd you kill that time?
I just sit there and zone out like I do usually.
Just enter the Matrix for a little bit. Have fun.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
most of the time, like, whenever I'm not talking to anybody or, like, really doing much, I'm either, like, playing a game or whatever, which is rare even in, like, my own aspects, because, like, I really don't play games that much anymore, other than, like, when I find a new one and I really like it. But then the, other thing I do is I sort of zone out.
Zoning out is great, but after a while I need to have something in my earbuds, otherwise my mind's gonna go fucking blank and numb.
See,
What's the longest time you've had earbones in your not ear?
Earbuds?
What's the longest time you've had earphones in?
I've probably had them for like 36 hours straight, probably, before. There are significant times in my life where I can't tell them if I can't tell if I have them in or out. Like, like one or the other. Part of that's because my hair is getting longer and now it's in my ears more. But
like how long is it?
It's just past my ears by now.
Oh really? That's it?
Yeah.
Mine goes like at least to like near like the beginning middle of my spine.
Mine goes to, like, just above my chin, I guess. It was longer, but then I had to get it cut, because my mom doesn't think that long hair is, good.
See, I like super long hair.
I want to grow my hair out super long, and then I barely comb it, unless there's, like, dumb springs and shit, but...
Yeah.
Like, my hair goes all the way down to, like, my lower back, just cause.
I might want to just keep it where it is here, but my parents like want me to either cut it or grow it out all the way because they feel like this is an awkward transition phase, which I like a lot. But I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's how my mom feels about my hair. She says like it's an awkward transition phase, but she said that like ever since it was like when I first started growing it out to like when I actually had it like below my chin.
Well, the thing is, my mom has like a proper stylist who could actually like shape it into like specific styles better than someone at fucking Great Clips or whatever. And so I've just been going to her to get it done the way I want it.
Yeah. If you want to know like what my hair actually looks like, just look at my profile pictures here on both iFunny and Discord right now. It's just Nico's hair. Except it's not blue.
Yeah, that's kind of what I aspire to, except a little bit different. I kind of am going for the hair that, like, I'm going for that Johnny Depp in World War Z look.
Yeah.
Wait, Johnny Depp was in World War Z?
He was the lead actor in World War Z.
Oh. I didn't watch World War Z, so...
Don't watch World War Z.
I watched it, like, when I was, like, at my friend's house when I was, like, really young. I'm not really their friend that much anymore. It's the same one that I played the Wii at their house. But like
Mm.
that's it. That's like the only time. That's the only time I really actually had like any experience with World War Z or
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch a lot of movies anymore. My dad recommends me a bunch of movies, but it's always hard for me to just sit down and start something like that
Yeah.
to make like the conscious decision. Because I can just keep going back and playing a little bit more WoW, or in the case of music, listening to the stuff I've already listened to, or in the case of TV, I'd rather listen to music or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all ever watched like Go Gone?
What?
Oh, what was it?
But no, you can go on. Go on. You're saying something? Food?
What? What?
The wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead.
Food machine broke.
Yeah.
I missed that name.
How are we doing for time?
Wait, what do you mean? Oh,
Like, how far are we?
I don't think it has a counter unless, wait,
It's in the bottom left.
hold on, I'm playing Minecraft, let me dig a hole, it's turning nighttime. I wish I was joking about that.
I don't play any video games while we record this shit. I'm dedicated.
Yeah, I wasn't, I just started it though, like, a little bit ago. Hold on.
I'm telling you, man, Minecraft, not a bad game. Despite the fan base, not a bad game.
It's really not. I used to waste tons of time playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
I guess the only reason I don't play Minecraft as much as I did is because I just lost creativity.
Yeah, we're at 51 minutes and 4 seconds.
Oh, alright, let's take this for another 10 or so then, and then we'll...
Take this for another like 3 hours. There you go. That's how you get a good podcast.
Yeah, let's get... I have some school stuff to do before the night's out, so let's just take it for
Well, you
another
guys
10
get
or so.
homework over the weekends?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Here's something that we can talk
That's
about
like-
probably. I have an essay I have to do on why communism is beneficial and capitalism isn't.
Wait,
Okay,
seriously?
Yep.
I can help. I'm your guy.
Ted, go all out. Go all out, man. Go all out.
Okay, actually, first of all, since I do have shit to do, I'm gonna give you some sources. I'll be right back. I'm looking them up on YouTube.
Okay, good.
When should we start playing the Russian national anthem? Ugh.
It's
Russian
always-
national.
Yeah. It's the only good national anthem. Oh, speaking
Oh, the USA one.
no.
All this guy's stuff is pretty good, but I think this is one of his favorite videos.
Well,
This is one of my favorite videos of his. He's
so
actually gone now.
last year?
He left YouTube.
Wait, who is he?
Bad Mouse Productions, his name is.
Oh, I think I've heard of him, yeah.
He's a favorite socialist YouTuber of mine. He left YouTube recently just to deal with college and shit, but he's a cool guy.
Grace in college. So, I mean, are we gonna get political now, or like what? Because, I mean...
We don't really have the time to get political if we want to cancel in 10 minutes.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go back to studying my Chinese bootleg video games.
Hey, guy, have I ever told you my rejection story?
Oh, that was the one in the first podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Gut listened to it all the way through, which is surprising. I don't think most people have.
Well, good. Did you listen to it?
Hold on one sec. I need to mute this video before it starts.
Gotcha.
I just remembered this, and I feel like I should clarify. The reason that there are so many channels is because the idea was that eventually this would become like
So all across the
a
bastion.
chat where a bunch of like the buds would gather. Like once we actually have like
The boys in town.
enough of a machine going, we'd start inviting people who weren't necessarily hosting. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'll
Mhm.
like the podcast will probably actually gain traction as long as you just keep on doing it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep them out. I want to keep putting them out consistently. I don't want this to like fall off and suddenly we've all forgotten about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think we're doing all right so far.
Yeah.
I think it will fall when me and Ted start forgetting about it. That's when we know it's fallen.
I'm probably not gonna forget about it because I'm listening to podcasts more than anything else nowadays.
Yeah, more than music.
Probably not more than actually. I'm listening to a bunch of story-driven podcasts, which are giant time commitments. So.
Huh.
See, I don't listen to too many podcasts, but there's one podcast I listen to very frequently.
Night Vale.
No.
Off topic.
Like, average about like 200 views per episode, but they're fucking great.
Oh my god, what is it?
They're on SoundCloud, but they're called like HBGC Podcast. Basically, they go in, they play a game, and then come back and explain to you the stupid plot of that game.
All right. I've been like finding out about all these ones I want to look into. Like the guy who used to host Reading Rainbow apparently has a podcast about like his actual favorite books that he goes.
Oh. You ever see that one podcast with like Alex Jones and Joe Rogan?
No, because I don't want to watch Alex Jones.
Oh, okay. I thought it was funny more than just.
Have you seen the video where like Alex Jones does the voiceover for Doom, the new Doom game?
Yeah. The thing about Alex Jones is that you cannot take him seriously. If you do, you will just.
There are people who take him seriously. I've met them. I've talked to them.
Really? Huh. What
yeah,
do
there was one on the there was one in the comments section for Brave New World by Iron Maiden, and his name was literally Infowars. That was his YouTube name. And there was another time where like some guy made the sarcastic comment like, "Oh, is fluoride in the water turning the frogs gay?" And someone responds like completely sincerely, "Not the fluoride, but other things."
Oh.
That's amazing.
I think that was on iFunny, actually.
Oh, wait.
A good old iFunny, man. Honestly, I think like iFunny has actually made like a big fraction of my life now that I think about it.
I've had
Discovered it back in like the end of 7th grade, and
the first time that I discovered iFunny, like my oldest friend recommended it to me as like, oh, we can look at Vines and shit here, and because that was back when Vine was a thing, and I got into it, and like I met a few of these, like I met like one of the like fringe people that I hang out with now, like one of those types, because there weren't as many back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the one of them that I was subscribed to, and then there were a bunch of just generic meme pages who, they used to be a little bit more thematically consistent than they are now, the meme pages. They used to have a gimmick.
yeah, like, now there's just a lot of repubs and reposts nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, there used to be repubs used to be worse, because they used to be like, reposted from, and then if it was a repost of a repost, it would be the last person that reposted it being credited for it.
Oh my god.
So, like, the original person would get completely lost, and then a bunch of repubs would actually get featured, and they would be shown as repubs in the features.
Do you think there are actually humans behind the iFunny feature team, or do you think it's just all automated?
It's probably just like all like automated through like views, likes, and like repubs.
Well, I mean, it's not always equivalent to those, because you can get like those fucking 10 subscriber accounts with, and it's like their second post is their feature, and they haven't made a third yet.
Huh.
Oh yeah, my first person I subscribed on iFunny is Aishni. Like, hold on. I just commented the name.
Yeah, I remember I subscribed to like Done with Life Kermit. There used to be these guys that like, there were people like Time and Turtle, and they would like get into these Omegle ERPs and then fuck with the people.
Yeah.
And those guys are gone now, which is a shame. They were great.
Yeah, so basically my iFunny first subscriptions, I got it around, I want to say November last year, but for like a really long time I just didn't use it for like 2 months, I guess. That's why I'm not at 365 right now.
Yeah, I'm at like 340 something.
Yeah, so it was Aishni as my first subscription. Then it was my friend that I know in real life, and his name on there is Dr. Bones, which is, it's like a good name, but he only has like 4 subs. Then it's my friend that I also know in real life that actually had like, he has like 200 or so subs, I think. But like he was like pretty big compared to me like when I first started. And I was like, whoa, you have a big meme page, but now I'm like, oh, because I just posted like a whole bunch of lewds and that got me up. Then
Yeah, I remember. I only like remembered posting because I remember Gear used to lurk my shit, and I was just like, oh, who's that guy? He occasionally likes my stuff, but he'll be gone for months at a time.
Oh yeah, you did the same thing with me.
Like, he'll like give me these like spams, and I'll hear nothing from him for months, and he has like nothing on his page, and then like eventually he became like an important person, but at the time I didn't know what to make of him.
yeah.
You know Shovlolly, that iFunny account?
What?
Shovlolly?
Yeah,
Remember?
Wally.
Shovel Molly has been one of my favorite people on iFunny for a long time because they would like spam me all the fucking time.
Shovlolly used to like spam me, and now I never hear from them ever.
Yeah, they came back for Halloween, and I don't know if they're still back because I obviously got kicked off iFunny.
Oh yeah.
But I remember that they went on a cruise for a week, said they were back, and then they disappeared like right after that. But I know that they were always pleasant, they were always positive, they were always just a fucking ray of sunshine, that depressing field.
So there's this.
Well, that's what iFunny basically is anyway.
Yeah.
A depressing field.
Well, there's this one person, right? Alright, so I'm not going to go out their name, I'm just going to say that their name is Seth. Now, alright, so we know him in real life, right? And we call him the bulldog of the guy that has the name Dr. Bones because he looks sort of like him, but not exactly. So basically he has an account, right? And he just like, he calls himself the best Repub account. He has 37 subs. And
That's what Gear was!
yeah,
Fuck.
like, so like he has 37
Yeah, he used
subs.
to be Repub account.
He's only repubs, but the thing is that he what was it? He repubs tons of Dragon Ball AMVs, but I've been subbed to him for a really long time. And I started repubbing a whole bunch of his posts like randomly. I don't think he knows who I am. Like, I've talked to him before, but me and Gear were walking in the hallway, and he because like he's sort of like a meme with us, I guess. He walked by me, he said Seth, and then Seth like turned around and he said, "Oh, hello."
I remember like there's this one person I met through Nia because I met like 500 fucking thousand people through Nia, but and they were like. Actually, it's not even important enough to mention them. I don't know why I thought of them. It's because of the Dragon Ball thing. They're really into posting like both Red versus Blue shit and Rule 63 Dragon Ball shit. And I don't know why, but they're like female and they apparently get into a lot of fights at school and they apparently win a lot of them. That might be bullshit, but I don't think it is based on the way they talk about it.
Yeah.
Fangirl?
It's Vijisha, I believe her. Vijisha, I believe her.
Does
Right.
Fangirl even post Rule 63 Dragon Ball stuff?
I don't think so. I mean, like,
She posts a lot of Ruby, I know that.
Yeah, that.
I don't follow. There you go. I mean, like, I follow like. There are two main groups I follow, and one of them is the disgruntled ex-couple, which is Femi's and Wallpaper Vendor, but. And the other one would be like all of Nia's friends. And
Nia's group is the one I usually participate in.
And like I've met a bunch of like loose connections through that. Like I met like this Mr. X guy through actually I met him by coincidence that found out that Aki knew him. So actually I think Gear knows Mr. X too.
Who is he?
He's an artist. I think he's gone on hiatus on iFunny, but he's still active in his like little Discord group that he made. So
wait, what's his name on iFunny? Like,
it's Mr. X312. He used to do a lot of this sort of vaguely horror, vaguely gothic art stuff.
I might know him.
he has like dissociative identity disorder.
Wait, what does that mean?
It means that the term you might be more familiar with is multiple personality disorder.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I think I know this. I think I've seen him before, but I haven't really ever followed him or like known him.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to ask if there's any closing thoughts. I think I'm just going to make this episode about Gut being here. That's going to be kind of what the title revolves around.
Featuring Gut from the iFunny May Cry series.
Yeah.
Communist trap.
Do you think communists would like traps?
Yes, because they're... I mean, communists doesn't really say anything about what they'd like sexually, really.
Yeah, it's mostly just like, I share!
Not even. It's more about sort of a particular approach to, like, human empathy and how you do that.
Yeah. Okay, what if I told you, I think I mentioned this on iFunny previously, but, like, I may or may not have influenced the Roblox economy in a huge way.
Seriously?
Yeah, like, so...
Wait, didn't you buy, like, a bunch of Roblox cards?
No,
or was that gear?
Gear bought, like, $60 Roblox cards, but not like that. That's not what I'm talking about. So, my friend... Have you ever heard of the genre Arendelle on Roblox?
No, possibly. It might have been something I forgot because I used to play Roblox a bunch. Now I don't. That I obviously don't anymore.
It's a role-playing thing, so you probably haven't. But basically,
okay, I have heard of. I have spent time on Roblox role-playing things, so I'm familiar with them.
So it's called the Kingdom of Arendelle. Basically, it's like this huge thing, like where they talk about like a whole bunch of different kingdoms that are fighting, and Arendelle is like the main one. Well, basically, it's dead now. Like Arendelle's non-existent. But 1 year ago, because I know like it's 1 year ago because it was during marching band. Basically, my friend Cole, he uses Cole for like all of his usernames, like which is just screaming out his real name. But basically, what he did was he starts up this thing where he what is it? So like he knows like he gets like really high in the ranks with Arendelle, right? He starts talking to people. He becomes like known in it. It's like a genre with like over like 1,000 people playing. Like you know, yeah.
All right, that sounds like a fuck there.
So basically, he gets to know the person that originally created it. He gets to know the current owner. He gets pissed off at the current owner because they're messing up the genre. And what he ends up doing is he ends up like actually tricking the owner, getting the genre, making tons of Robux, and like every day he has so much Robux that he can change his name whenever he wants.
How much Robux to change your name?
Okay,
it's like 800 Robux.
Yeah, I just got super rich in that game by like just letting them collect over time because there was a subscription I never canceled for like years. Yeah.
He has Builder's Club, but he gets everything from like ads, I think, and like people joining and stuff. But I basically influenced the Roblox economy because he almost runs it at this point.
The Roblox economy was such a complete flimsy nothing that it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money in it. Just fucking.
Yeah, but like he can pretty much do whatever he wants, like with all the money he has, and like the funny thing is that he hasn't offered anything because like I'm the one that actually helped him out and like I helped him do like what he did like with the owner and everything to trick him, but he ended up letting him do that. And like what was it? I think Arendelle was originally going to be like 100,000 Robux if you wanted to buy the genre, like the actual map and everything.
Oh, okay. I feel like we should wrap up fairly soon because I have school shit to get to.
Yeah,
but
okay, that's fine.
Anyway, closing thoughts on anything we've talked about from New first.
No, not much. I think we covered everything pretty good.
What about you, Versus? You got anything to say that we left to kind of?
Play 300 Heroes. It's a fuck, but it's a fun one.
Oh wow, your mic is really fucked up. Doesn't matter because we're done anyway.
It's like fuzzy.
Ted?
And I don't have anything else to say. Just listen to those podcasts I mentioned, those audio dramas. And Gut, I don't know. Do you have any other little bits you want to share that are like less than 2 minutes?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Wait, go on.
Okay, and with that, I think we're going to close things out then, unless you had something you were going to say with
Oh, no, nothing.
Alright, end the recording whenever you feel like it, and then just send that as an MP3 to the server, and I'll edit it how I want it.
It's gonna be one hell of a file, man.
Yep.
Hello, welcome to a very complicated